Since you've been involved in education, I'll ask you two questions. Do you think Phoenix students had such a strong school career, nurturing of teachers, because you were in a segregated environment as opposed to integrated environments in schools after desegregation in 1969?
Yeah, I think we were in better shape at that time.
In a segregated environment.
Right, in a segregated environment. And the reason was, I never forget, and my mother Leola and my father Louis, the two most important people in the world was the minister at church and the teacher at school. And you would not violate them at all if you wanted to keep your skin on, you know. So, yeah, I'm not opposed to what I got from that situation. But now in other situations, I guess it was much different, you know.
And why would the teacher and the preacher have that high recognition? Because of parents or community?
My parents, yeah, my parents.
What did they say to you about the teachers and the preachers?
Well, number one, you know, the preachers would, the minister would come on Sunday and eat the best part of the chicken and that kind of thing. And I had 4 brothers, we were all 2 years apart. So we weren't happy about that. So we told my mother, and she almost put us out the house for even saying anything about that. But that was a situation. They respected the minister, and they had total respect for the teacher. Now, I got a doctorate degree from Indiana University, but I went to Big Bethel Elementary for 3 years, and then you'd go to Aberdeen Elementary. But in the 3rd grade, I had all B's and failed the 3rd grade because the teachers wanted us to be stronger when we went to Aberdeen. We had to be the best students. And, you know, now I don't regret it, but, you know, it really changed my life, yeah.
And working in the school system until you retired in 1999, you've seen eras of kids, I mean, from the time you were in school and then your work with kids as an educator. What do the kids today lack that you all had at Phoenix?
I would suggest that, well, during the time that I coached football, I wasn't a genius with figures and angles and all of the football knowledge that you needed, you know. I know it now, I've forgotten most of it, but to get a kid, and you won't believe, when I was coaching at Carver High School, on a Thursday night, we would go around the community, and that was Newsom Park at that time, which was terrible in terms of, you know, the regular community. But I would park my car out at the shopping center area, leave the doors open, and we would go all through the neighborhood. We'd come back, there wouldn't be one thing missing, nothing. But we went to this one house, and this kid, who was a good football player, was sleeping on the couch with 2 other kids, on a couch with 2 other kids. And we, that night, went and got a bed for him. So, and he appreciated that the rest of his life. In fact, sometimes now he calls me and we talk, you know. Yeah.
You feel your car was not touched because you were an educator?
Yeah, I was a coach, you know. And coach was a respectable word too, even in any neighborhood at that time, yeah.
There was that special connection between Hampton University's Hampton Institute then and your school. What were some of the perks other than teachers? I'm talking about the cultural events. For you as an athlete, maybe you had a connection with the sports department.
We
Tell
did.
me about some of those.
We did. I remember I went to a football game. Virginia State played Hampton, and my brother was playing for Hampton at that time. And they came out of the locker room, Virginia State did, with a blue helmet on. And this is way back, but I remember that recessed big S right in the middle. And that's when all of us said, we're going to Virginia State. But Hampton, they invited us to all of the events, not only the athletic events, but social events, you know. So I went to my first concert at Hampton University. We'd go to hear speakers at Hampton University. And I think that's why the whole level academically was just above what a lot of kids experience.
In other schools.
Right.
What was the most memorable concert you saw, the most memorable speaker?
Well, the most memorable speaker was Mrs. Roosevelt.
Eleanor Roosevelt?
Eleanor Roosevelt.
She came there.
Yeah, she came to Hampton and spoke. And that impressed me. I never forgot, you know, what she talked about and that kind of thing. But, and then there were so many events that I can't even remember, but I know I enjoyed them. And we had in my class, I think was about 7 people whose parents taught at Hampton at that time. And they lived on the campus.
Right.
So we would visit them in social settings. And it was just like we were in school at Hampton University, you know. So I've been very fortunate. I contribute all of my success to the people that I've taught and the people that I coached.
That's amazing.
Yeah, luckily, Hall of Fame at Virginia State Athletics, Hall of Fame, CIAA Hall of Fame, getting inducted into the Peninsula Hall of Fame at this late date at the end of this month. So, yeah, and it's all been because of my students and athletes that I coached.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to add that we haven't gone over?
No, except that I have 4 daughters and 1 son. I had 1 son who was killed in a car accident. But he was the oldest. But the other 4 daughters just went to college. You know, it wasn't a matter of, am I going to college? It was when am I going to finish and go to college? So all of that influenced my life, and I tried to pass that down to my kids. So, and when I look back, all of this began at Phoenix High School. Yeah, so I enjoyed it.
Well, I've enjoyed talking to you.
Okay, I just enjoy talking to you. I didn't tell you about my best experiences. My best teacher was Mrs. Anderson, Mrs. Cook, all of the ladies. And at that time, I fell in love with every lady that I saw almost. But it was really, you know, we had a teacher, and her boyfriend, I guess, came to pick her up that afternoon, and my best buddy and me, we tried to stop her from getting in the car with him. Here we are, little guys running around, you know, but that's how we felt about those people, you know, yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing so much, and really appreciate it.
Okay.